But apologize for the lateness, ladies and gentlemen. But as you can see, we've been waiting for some people to pull up here. So don't blame me. It's not my fault. It's not my fault at all. So I'm just been waiting for here patiently, but nothing comes. So it is what it is. But I missed last episode, and I'm actually upset about that because this Sunday was actually phenomenal. And me and Trent was at New York together. And that was a crazy game. Sam Darnold versus Tyrod Taylor, and then Tyrod gets hurt, gets down.
Not
The miss
and Darnold. I mean, him and Zach.
Zach Wilson. Bro, you know what? It upsets me. It very much upsets me because as you were watching that game, what happened? As they got the sack and field position in the fourth quarter, a wave of Giants fans was leaving the stadium, assuming the game was over, right? I thought the game was over. But lo and behold, Zach Wilson does the miraculous in the rain and throws a bomb to, I forget his name. What was his name, Trey? Who's the wide receiver that caught that bomb?
I'll say he threw a couple. He had one to Garrett Wilson. He had another one. Shoot, who was the other one? I want to say he hit Tyler Conklin on another one.
I believe it was Conklin. Because, and this all happened because Geno missed the field goal. I'll just sit here. I'm like, Trent, all love. These Giants is a bad team, bro. Like, that's disgusting. To lose in that fashion, god awful. And Brian DeBall, I'm not going to lie. The decision-making with Brian DeBall is terrible.
DeBall.
Dable, my bad. Brian Dable, terrible. It's been terrible all season long. It's been terrible in that game. I get it. You got a backup QB in. You don't want to throw the ball. You got to do something, though. You got to do something. He's running screen passes when they're 3rd and 12, bro. Are you kidding me? Test the ball deep. Do something. Do something. Put some confidence in some of these guys that you have trying to be under center, right? You're not doing your job.
I feel for him in certain situations because if this were just the situation where, hey, you're down 2 quarterbacks, but everything else is in place, and he played it the way he did, then I'd be like, you know what? Yeah, you need to do a little better. But you don't have basically your entire starting offensive line. Darren Waller's out. Your top 2 quarterbacks are out. Literally, the only thing you got is Saquon. And I'm like, would I have called 3rd and 21 screens? No, probably not calling that. Because at that point, it's not going to get me. It's not going to give me much. But also, if I dig in the playbook and try and call up anything else, do I have confidence that anything else is going to work? No, because we don't have the people to even execute this. They might not even know what to do on this play because they haven't had the reps. And most importantly, the guy who's had the least reps out of all of them is the guy who got to lead all of them to victory. So I'm just like, you know what? Sometimes it's not your day. Clearly, it wasn't the Giants' day. So,
yeah. Well, when is it? I believe this is such a bad turn for the Giants. And I'm not even going to lie. I think this is a season-ending loss. I think you're losing the lock. Not going to lie. You're losing the locker room after a loss like this.
I do think them 2 wins with Tyrod, low-key, like, I wish they would have lost. I feel like the Giants would have started fire selling, but it made them keep on hope. And that was probably bad for them. They need to reset, though.
Yep. Mm-hmm. The season's over. Guys, the clock is ticking. It's week 8.
Week 8 or week 9? Hold up. So Trent's not here, so we can have this conversation. The season's been over. Like, what are we talking about? The season was over literally after game 1.
Yeah, that was disgusting.
Like, it was the moment I looked up and saw that game and realized, oh, Daniel Jones actually hasn't gotten any better, I was like, oh, okay, cool. So this is over with. Like, the way this team was built, it only got marginally better because that's all they could do because of the salary cap situation they were in. You were banking on, hey, Daniel Jones might actually be good. We might actually get him to elevate his play a little bit. And he didn't. Like, even me, I've been one of the biggest, like, no, I don't want dude on my team. After seeing him in training camp and during the preseason, I was like, you know what? I don't think he'll ever be like a top 10 quarterback, but he might actually be like a legitimate starter this year. Like, that might be like he might take that next step into being a legitimate starter. And no, he's not. He's ass. The team around him isn't good. So yeah, like
season's been over.
Nah, I feel like I'm not gonna hold you. I think he's just ass. I feel like it's a couple guys could probably do something with that. I think he's just that bad of a quarterback, though. Like, I watched Tyrod Taylor do magic the last 2 weeks, at least a little something. I think they got to reset with quarterback. They just never paid them. Man, quarterback means so much nowadays. You can't play with that.
They can't. They're stuck.
No, we're not stuck because we can get rid of him after next year.
Yeah, but you got a whole nother season you have to go through with him.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
insane.
We're gonna have a high draft pick, draft another kid, and go sit his ass somewhere, and then you cut him, take the dead money, and move on. Cut your loss. Like, I didn't want to sign him. I didn't want to sign him in the first place. We've had this conversation multiple times. Not you showing.
Somebody in the chat, hey, but I'm gonna eat.
This man,
crazy. Disgusting. Hey, one of the games I did want to talk about was I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna get a little bit nasty here, but the Kansas City Chiefs just lost to the Denver Broncos, right? In terrible fashion, like god awful fashion. This offense ain't looking what it's used to been looking for the last few years. It is a big drop off.
Wait, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's go.
Because I've been
conversation.
I've been trying to talk about this because people are just like, oh, well, Patrick Mahomes isn't playing as well. You know what? That's right. You're not wrong. He hasn't played up to his standard. But part of the reason why is because we gave all this credit to Andy Reid, not saying he didn't deserve it, but for the last few years, the best that we have seen of Patrick Mahomes was while he was under Eric Bieniemy's tutelage. The moment Eric Bieniemy leaves and you replace him with Matt Nagy, that offense looks completely different now, doesn't it?
Stop it. Stop it. Because in all honesty, if you give a Patrick Mahomes
who's talking
Cooper
right
Cup,
it's early.
This me.
I know.
If you give him a Cooper Cup, if you give him a Cooper Cup, if you give him a Davante Adams, that offense is right back clicking. It's literally the receiver play. They got too comfortable with Patrick Mahomes thinking that he could throw it to anybody, same way they used to do Brady for a while. Give him Deion Branch, give him Amendola, and make them guys legit starters. Patrick Mahomes, this ain't that. He can't do that with his guys. He ain't got that one tool guy who could come out of the blue. And we forget Tyreek Hill was supposed to be a kick return guy. He wasn't supposed to be Tyreek Hill. Like, no one expected him to be that good, and he ended up being that good.
Shout out
they
to
tried to do
Tyreek,
the same thing with Kadarius Toney. If you watch Kadarius Toney play in Florida, he was a Tyreek type of back all over the place. Like, they don't have that, and they think they can just win with anything around Kelsey and him. But teams are starting to blank up on Kelsey and say, "Beat us with your arm," because their running game ain't never been great, especially since Kareem Hunt left. So I think that it's not the offensive coordinator, it's the organization thinking that Patrick Mahomes is God and can throw to anybody.
I think it's both.
It could be both.
I think the personnel has fallen off, and I think they were banking on, you know what, Pat is so good that even with the personnel not being great, because it wasn't great last year, and they still won a Super Bowl. But the reason they won the Super Bowl is because the one designing the plays is Eric Bieniemy.
But you had Juju. Juju Smith was reliable for them, far more reliable than, bro. You got Sky Moore, Rasheed Rice.
Yeah,
Rasheed Rice. You got who's the other one? Kadarius Toney. Like these aren't even like. Don't get me
These are
wrong.
all Jags.
Juju Smith ain't this crazy receiver, but he's a reliable guy. These aren't even reliable guys. These aren't even guys that you're looking at it like, oh yeah, we got to worry about him for a little bit, you know?
Yeah, no, nobody on there, nobody scares you. And if I'm being honest, like even with Kelsey, yeah, you have to account for him, but Kelsey isn't Kelsey from 4 years ago. That's like a seam ripper. That's just like, oh, okay, cool. He's a vertical threat as a tight end. No, he's reached that point in his career where now he's the savvy veteran. He's the safety blanket on third down. We're going to play kind of street ball because we know each other. We see the game the same way. But if you don't have anybody else to take attention away from him, or at the very least back some of these safeties off, then now everybody's just going to key on him. I'm not saying Kelsey's not effective because obviously he's still great. But
you need that one. You need that one guy next to him.
When you watch these guys, when you watch that Denver game,
that scares you other than
small
Patrick
receivers who can't get off the press.
I was about to say you need somebody else outside of Patrick Mahomes that scares you. Because right now they don't have anybody else that scares defenses. They don't. Like they respect Kelsey. I don't think anybody fears him anymore. If I'm being honest, I don't know if there's a tight end in the league.
Unless Taylor Swift is in the crowd.
Whoa. Well, cut the shit. No. They are afraid of that man. They are still petrified of that man and what he can do. Now, as a vertical threat, probably not. But they are still terrified of what that man can do on the field. Don't play no games.
Dub, when I say scare, like specifically with defensive players are never worried about dudes who are savvy. Like if you're talking about heady football players, the guys who are like the guys who are route runners, those guys don't scare them.
Cooper Kupp don't scare people.
No, Cooper Kupp don't scare people. They respect
You're
him.
a fucking lie.
You're
a lie. You're a lie. You are a lie. No, you're a lie right now. You had I forget who it was. I think it was Derwin James saying that Hunter Renfrow was one of them dudes. Who the hell was he testing deep? Are you kidding me?
Okay, but that's the point I'm trying to get to. We're talking about a level of respect versus fear. Like Derwin James, when he's talking about Hunter Renfrow in that way, he's putting respect on him because the notion, look, we all know the preconceived notion when it comes to white skill position players. So there's a level of respect that he's saying, no, y'all need to give it to that man because y'all think of him as one thing and he is really out here being more of an athlete than what y'all think he is. But when I say fear, I mean like there are very few guys that like strike fear in the DB's hearts. Like the best example is obviously Tyreek Hill. He's the extreme.
Yeah, he is.
But what I'm saying is like guys like
AJ Brown too.
Bro, stop playing. I've been seeing no.
You might be right about
Let's go. I want to
we can talk about AJ Brown real soon.
No, AJ Brown is another one of those guys because he's somebody that can beat you physically with just something you can't match. Like if he decides that, cool, this ball's in the air, I'm going up to go get it, and I'm 6'1", 220, and I'm strong as hell, and I have good hands, and there's nothing you can do about it. Yes, they get scared.
So you don't think more efforts. Shout out to Brandon Kratz, man. You don't think more efforts, right? are sitting here worried for their life about Cooper Kupp routing them up and making them feel like idiots out there, the way that he was doing to those CBs in the playoffs. You don't think that he's striking fear to these dudes? Are you kidding me?
I don't know if they fear him. I think they.
Hey, I agree with you there, though. I'm not gonna.
They have a high level.
I think if he went to Kansas City, it's like, oh shit, he got another weapon over here.
Look, I'll say this. I think there's a high level of respect. I do not know if they fear him. I know they fear Tyreek Hill. I know they fear AJ Brown. I know they fear Jamar Chase because these are guys physically. It's like, oh, okay, cool. If this dude gets the ball, I don't know. I don't know if I can actually do anything with it.
So they didn't fear Deebo Samuel.
No, they fear Deebo too. That's the
What?
thing. That's the thing.
You're a lie.
Y'all
You're
make-
a lie. You're a lie. You're a lie. I hate you. I hate you. I hate you. You're a lie.
Because
Because you could use the same arguments. You could use the same arguments with Cooper Kupp, with the run after the catch, him running through traffic and everything. If you're gonna sit here and do that, come on.
You can say whatever you want about Debo as a receiver. After they catch the ball, which one of them is harder to tackle? Debo,
but Kupp is still a monster. Kupp is a monster too off of it too.
I'm not saying,
but here's the thing though, Kupp's route running is so unique and so fascinating that he can get open in a phone booth. You got to fear a guy like that, especially on a high-powered offense or with a good quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, who's going to get it to him in spaces like. That's I'm way more fearful of Cooper Kupp because of his route running and his ability to get separation than I am of Debo Samuels, to be honest with you. And if you notice with Debo, if you take him out the game, if you hit them hard, Debo fades out a little bit, man.
Okay,
talk to him.
Fades out a little bit.
Talk to him.
But if that's the case, if we're gonna say that, okay, cool. If we're gonna put Cooper Kupp in that group of guys that strike fear in the DB's hearts or scare folks, then that means you're also putting Justin Jefferson in there. You're putting Stephon Diggs in there. All these guys.
Why wouldn't you?
I'm not saying they aren't in there because they are. What I'm saying is,
Jamar definitely. He is like
Jamar's definitely in there because he can catch a screen and take it to the house.
But fear is this. Fear is when we go to the scouting report and we sitting on and we on defense and we watching film, we circling that jersey number. Watch out for this guy. Make sure we keep eyes on this guy. He will kill us if we don't stop this guy. And the way AJ Brown playing, they might have to start Calvin Johnson putting two corners on him at once to press that man.
I was about to say, I'll take
that dude crazy.
I'll take it a step further. Fear. When I say fear, I mean shit like this. I mean, if you go back to last week's Dolphins game, there's a play, they're motioning Tyreek Hill, and he literally takes two DBs with him and has Jalen Waddle.
But that's Tyreek Hill, though. That's Tyreek. And we all agree. Tyreek's just a different animal.
Let me bring up an example on defense.
Tyreek not human.
Prime example.
Tyreek's so good. They got you thinking Mozart and Archive, whatever his name is.
Yeah, Tyreek. Like you keep using Tyreek, and Tyreek is like that's the level of extreme of the extreme, bro.
Let me use another extreme on defense. We've been talking about the guys who are the best defenders or the best edge rushers in the league. I saw something this year that I've never seen before for an edge rusher. I saw Myles Garrett walking across the line of scrimmage, going back and forth, and every time he went from one side to the other, I watched both of the tight ends for the Tennessee Titans detach and go wherever Myles.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, they were going right where Myles Garrett was.
That right there, that's what I mean when I say fear. Like that kind of stuff where you have guys either panicking within the play or they are such game wreckers that people do the most drastic.
You got that aura.
Myles Garrett is who we thought Jadeveon Clowney was going to be. Like,
that's a fact.
Physical specimen.
I agree.
That is a
fast, strong. You can't do nothing with him. He got swim moves. He got bull rushes. He got finesse game. He can hold the edge. He can stop the run. Like that's what we thought Jadeveon Clowney was going to be as a physical freak athlete. Myles Garrett is probably one of the most scary guys I've seen since Michael Strahan. I keep telling people that. Like as far as string, he's terrifying.
I saw Jadeveon Clowney. We're gonna go with this. I saw Jadeveon Clowney have the monster hit on Vincent Smith, the Outback Bulls. I was at that game, and I saw that, and I thought that dude was gonna be like the most feared defensive player in the NFL at one point. But
10 sacks.
Yeah, exactly.
But Trey, the thing this is what I see what you're doing here. That level of extreme, like that's extreme fear. That's like that's what we're talking. But that don't mean a guy in like Cooper Kupp or Diggs or Brown. They not sitting here shitting their boots like, oh my God, I hope I don't get routed up. Oh man, I wonder what this guy's about to do right here. Oh my God, my ankle real quick, man. Cooper Kupp catches it on the screen. Let me try to tackle this mofo. Get ran over. Damn, bro, I gotta worry about tackling this dude again every time he gets the screen.
I'm not saying it to diminish these other guys. What I'm saying is there are very few people at this level that strike fear into other people's hearts. It's a very short list. Even if we're talking about the top of the top guys, you can say that some of these guys are highly respected and guys like going against them. They're like, yeah, this is going to be a great battle. It's best on best. I'm really looking forward to this matchup. And then you have guys where it's just like, damn, I got to line up against this dude. And they don't want to say it, but that's what they're thinking in the back of their head. Like,
not for that.
There are very few
guys. That's fair.
Derrick Henry.
Yes. Derrick. Because we can say whatever we want about him, because I've been one of his biggest critics in terms of like what he brings to an offense and how simple the run has to be. But the reality is, if you get that dude in the open field, if I'm a DB, I am absolutely terrified.
Ask Josh Norman.
I just think that Derrick Henry.
I don't want to tackle no man that can push me so hard in the face that my body will stand parallel to the field.
Ask Josh Norman and Earl Thomas. Ask them two what happened when you tried to do something.
Derrick Henry, Earl Thomas's career with the stiff arm.
Derrick Henry's one of them guys that was 6'2", 180 in Pop Warner, and he came on the football field and you was like, "Hey man, somebody check his ID. Somebody check his ID. Man. That's a grown ass man out here, dog.
Let's go, hero."
Once since like high school, like that's the guy you go, dog. Ain't no way you 14 and you.
Yo, did y'all? I rewatched his high school tape recently. Yo, have y'all seen it?
You know how many rushing yards he had in high school?
It was like 4K, right?
No, he had 12,124 career rushing yards in high school.
Like career. Okay.
Career rushing yards in high school. Like he was ridiculous. Like he broke Ken Hall's career record.
A year. That's 3 racks.
Exactly. Like that man was so disgusting.
And the crazy thing is,
I want him to. Can I say this real quick? I just want him to leave Tennessee and go somewhere where they're going to use him efficiently. If you get it somewhere that I feel like you use him efficiently,
I'm not going to lie, they about to start using him effectively with Will Levis under center. I'm not going to hold you.
Oh my God,
that man is on a revenge tour. That man, bro, his girl left him for some cowboy lame, you feel me, who sings and stuff. You know, she left him, was cheating and stuff. The man been drinking. Yeah, you didn't hear about that story, bro?
I didn't hear about this.
So he broke up with his girl because this is the story, right? A little young lady found herself in the concert with her friends of one of these country singers, right? Got invited backstage.
Oh, gosh.
But when she got invited backstage, she was the only one out of the group that went. Lo and behold, she didn't come home that night.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
That's crazy.
He got
at the end of the day, Will Levis peeped it. Nah, we done. And let me tell y'all, she's a if there's anything, a scale that you need to know to find out what a 10 is, look at her. She's a 10. Like she's a bona fide pure 10. Perfect.
Is she white?
I don't know, but she got color to her skin. I'm not gonna hold you. So maybe he's a spray tan or whatnot. I'm not sure.
I pull up a picture. That's a 10. Send
it. I want to show the chat.
Yeah,
send it in the private chat. Send it in the private chat. Send it in the private chat. Send it in the private chat right now. We're gonna get it right
But
here.
you know what's crazy though? Getting cheated on will motivate you. Will Smith said the only reason he's famous is because his girlfriend cheated on him when he was like 15, and he was like, to that day I told myself that I'm gonna get famous, and she gonna regret ever cheating on me.
Who said that?
It's his whole career. He predicted his whole career around.
Who said that? Who said that?
Will Smith. Literally. He said he got cheated on at 15, and it literally pushed him to be a superstar.
Maybe that's why he was so successful.
And he said up until the age he was 40, he would stunt like hoping that she could see him be who he is.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense considering who he's married to, you know.
Yikes.
You go.
Yikes. All right. Let's skip over that one.
I'm just
she belongs in the street. Nah, let me stop. Let me stop.
I got
it's
you.
A football show, not gossip.
That makes sense though. It actually makes perfect sense. Let me share this for y'all fellas, right?
Let me see this.
My Lord.
She fine as hell.
That's just and you didn't even see the body yet. But
pretty good.
But anyways,
we got kids here. Let's
anything to motivate. Anything to motivate you. Take whatever you Take whatever you got to do. Take whatever.
Is she a regular girl?
Yeah,
She's like a Disney star or something. Ooh.
I'm
Bro,
dead.
Yeah, she looked like one of those like one of those ad girls like you be finding in a
Yeah, I know
commercial or
what I'm saying.
ad or like in a movie that is like, yo, this girl cannot be real.
Hey, you'd be shocked at what you find.
Her name is Gia Duddy.
Hey,
Nah,
hey,
she bad
Was
as
she
hell.
with him on draft night?
yes.
Yeah.
You'll be
That's his
shocked
fault.
at what you find
That's
while
his
you're
fault.
playing
A
SEC
girl that
football.
you mean?
fine, you hide her. You hide her like treasure. A girl that fine. There's no way you let all these black men see her on national television. and all white men see her on national television.
Wait.
No.
But a white man is the one who
Ask
stole his
Kanye.
girl.
Ask
A white-
Kanye.
a white
Kanye
man-
brought
a-
Amber
I
Rose
think it was Morgan
to the
Waller,
awards,
wasn't it?
and everybody had her after that. They were like, "Who is this tall white piece of chocolate?"
Oh my god,
This boy early stupid, bro.
this dude is crazy. I'm not gonna lie though. I'm feeling if I ever get that famous, I'm not letting my girl be on nothing. I'm so serious. I'm 1,000% serious. But anyways, go back. Will Levis. I believe in the Will Levis hype train, bro.
I do
Broken
too.
heart. He was making a lot of good passes over there. Like he was diming up to D Hop. And shout out to
Deep
D Hop,
passes too,
bro.
dog. I ain't
Shout
gonna
out
lie,
to
I'm like,
D Hop. Catch rate is still there, man. Ryan Tannehill, such a bad quarterback. Love ruining wide receivers' careers, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad D Hop. Listen, if Will Levis pans out, Derrick Henry and D Hop's career could last a bit longer than we're thinking.
revive.
Okay, this
I-
is
Or
all.
at least get him another contract, because
This is
D-Hop
all-
already
this
went
is
to
all I'm
Tennessee because
saying.
nobody else wanted him.
Facts.
Look, this is all I'm gonna say about the whole Derrick Henry and D Hop.
Better than you. You better stop.
Look,
His career was on the line, Viper.
they
His
have,
career was on the line.
they have a chance. D Hop is still effective. I said what I said about him, and even with him playing the way he did, it didn't change anything for me. It didn't. I think one of the bigger problems that we need to be having a conversation with some of our people who love the Atlanta Falcons, specifically D-Man, talking about how improved this defense was. I remember a couple of people, including my little brother, were fighting me about Sauce being rated too high and saying, "Oh yeah, AJ Terrell's better than him."
Oh,
After that game, are we sure? As a matter of fact, after this season, are we sure? Because last year he did not look like himself, and everybody's like, "Oh, well, he was playing hurt, so he'll be back to form next year." Hasn't really been great this year. Like even Jesse Bates screwed up on a coverage one time, or at the very least it looked like it on the broadcast, and he ended up giving up one of those wide open touchdowns to D-Hop.
Yep.
Like, I'm not saying D-Hop is like, oh, okay, cool. Dude can't play in the NFL no more. He can. But he's not the same guy no more. And him having one game.
He's still a great receiver. No, that's not one game. He actually had a good game earlier on in the season.
He's on like a number 140 game.
Yeah, he's on the Titans offense that doesn't do a good job of sitting here dialing up passes, mainly because the quarterback has just been trash.
Oh, I've been saying that, Ryan.
Yes.
Here's what y'all don't understand though, playing receiver, right? If I'm playing receiver, this is how it really goes, because I see this all the time. A receiver will run routes, right, at their hardest. I'm running routes down the field. I'm open, not getting the ball. After the fifth or sixth time of that, now my routes ain't as sharp. I'm kind of lollygagging. I ain't expecting to get any day. That's why you ever see a receiver not get the ball for like 4 drives, and then when he get the ball, he drops it. Because he's like, well, nigga, I wasn't expecting it.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's what happened to Evan Ingram.
With Davante Adams. You said what?
That's
happened to Evan Ingram
in New York.
Yeah, you start dropping passes because you start lollygagging. You don't believe he gonna get the ball to you anyway. So why I'm gonna run my hardest run out here, and I know I ain't gonna get the ball. That's what happens, though. Same way in basketball. If your big man is not getting the ball down low, he ain't gonna rebound and block shots the way he normally would.
All right, that's half true. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
That's semi-true, but I hear the point you're making with the wide receivers, though. Especially like Kenny Galladay is a good example. I believe he retired when he got with the Giants. He just didn't care about playing no more. He was done. He got his contract. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not getting the ball. That first year he's seeing it, he's like, I was like, I don't care about this. I'm gonna just be out here just so I could get paid, you know. D-Hop, similar thing. If he's not getting the ball, and every time, if you do watch the passes in which he's getting, these are really bad balls that are being thrown at him. It's like, bro, what am I doing out here, bro? The man underthrew a slant route. How do you do that? How do you do that? Trey, how do you do that? You be around that. How do you throw the ball to the ground on a slant?
Yeah, dirt and a dirt ball and a slant ball is yikes.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
D-Hop went under that shit just to pick that thing back up. Like, damn, bro, I have to bail you out again. So, like, bro, let's be real.
The only thing I'll say about Will Levis, glad you had this type of game on your first outing. Do it again, because the issue that plagued him all throughout college, whether it was Penn State or Kentucky, is he would have games like this or show flashes. Or it's like, oh, this dude's for real, and then he would line up the very next week and give you 18 of 30 for 150-something yards, no touchdowns, and 2 picks. Like, very inconsistent, has been his entire career. So what I will say before, I'd be like, oh, okay, yeah, this is a real answer for the Tennessee Titans. Do it again. I need to see it consistently. Because that's college, even once you transferred and got to a better situation, you still weren't consistent.
I believe though. I believe it.
I watched Will Levis play at Kentucky. And I think the thing is with Will Levis was right now, he had an amazing game, and I agree with Trey, it's consistency. Because the thing is, if we give him this, I feel like if I kind of was in this, I said this on open field. I think if he could play solid football every week, he could be the next guy that the Tennessee Titans can look forward to in the future. But he has to start playing consistent. Like, he can't have this amazing game.
I think,
and then next week throw 3 picks.
I think he's gonna play well. He's playing tomorrow. They're playing tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, against the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm not gonna lie, I think he's gonna play well. I think he is too. Well,
I think he is too. And that's why I was on fantasy, and I was like, I'm gonna pick him up and give him the chance, and put it on my bench to give him that.
I got
chance.
the Titans winning that game.
I do too, but I feel like with Will Levis, it was. I think one of the things was I think he needed that game to sort of show people who he could actually be as a quarterback. Because what I saw him at Kentucky, I won't go too in depth into this. He was a good player, but it was just he wasn't able to produce the way I feel like we could have seen more of his ability when he was at Kentucky. And I think that's kind of why he didn't get drafted in the first round. But I think the way he played this game shows me that there's talent. And I think it's now just a matter of if he can be consistent, if he can get the ball to his core receivers, and he's able to have consistent games and play solid. I think he's going to be a very good addition and the next guy that the Titans can look for. But like I said, I agree with Trey.
Anything is better.
I need to see it again. That's 1,000%. I would rather have. Nah, let me stop. I ain't gonna go down that route.
Sam Darnold. Well, not now, but earlier on.
Well, he is playing this Sunday.
Yeah, before.
Yeah, well, yeah. Since we could talk about the 49ers.
They bitching Purdy?
Well,
no, Purdy's in
concussion.
Purdy's in concussion protocol, so Sam Darnold's starting on Sunday.
Yeah, he is battling concussion.
Chase Young to the 49ers on the deadline. What did you think about it?
Yeah, I was just about to get into that. I was in pain. It was hurtful to once I heard that hopefully the 49ers can be what the 49ers we've been saying, the Cowboys. And just anything wrong will go wrong with them. But I don't know how they were able to get that trade. I'm still like in awe of that. Chase Young and Nick Bosa.
This is their defensive line. Nick Bosa, Chase Young, Javon Hargrave, Eric Armstead, Drake Jackson, Randy Gregory, and Javen Kinlaw.
Bro,
That is this.
Look. It's a great collection of talent. I'm not going to deny that. Javon Kinlaw has been a major disappointment in San Francisco. They literally,
I'm gonna say
drafted him to replace DeForest Buckner. He is not even a quarter of what DeForest Buckner was for them. Also, I get it. We still believe in Chase Young's potential, but the fact that people like Mookie were sitting there saying, "Oh yeah, this defense has a chance to be generational," because they added a guy who has 14 career sacks. Are you serious?
Hey,
Like-
relax.
Look,
Relax.
I like Chase Young. I like Chase Young coming out of college.
I don't know if you was here, but I told a story.
Bro, Chase Young at Ohio State was a different breed.
Chase
Like
Young
on that with
so
Nick
Doug.
Bosa.
Doug,
Bro.
2 weeks ago, I'm in Rose Bar, right? Chase Young and they got his own little VIP section. My man know him. He like, man, you met Chase Young? I said, yeah, I met him one time before. Me and Chase Young rapping, talking football as we do. I'm like, man, I heard you about to get traded. You know what I'm saying? He like, I don't really care where I go. Wherever I go, I'm a ball out. I literally said to Chase, just like 2 weeks ago. I said, man, what if you went to the 49ers? You on the other side of Nick Bosa? He was like, yeah, we wreak havoc. I was like, man. And then 2 weeks later, that's all I'm saying. So thank me, 49er fans. Thank me. Thank me.
Here's my thing with it, and I'll say this really quick. And I'm kind of, for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm kind of confused because how much more help do you need, Kyle? Like, I understand. Like, earlier in the season, you're sitting there at 5-0, 3-game losing streak. Most teams just start coaching better. Kyle Shanahan's like, nah, hey, GM, I need another top 10 draft pick to add to my roster. As if having Fred Warner and Nick Bosa wasn't enough for you. Nah, let me go get Chase Young. Understand, he has dealt with injuries in the past, but this season, he's on track for double-digit next season. Hold up. I understand he's dealt with injuries in the past, but this season, I think he's on track for a double-digit sack season. And you're going to leak him up with his old college teammates so they could just absolutely dominate everyone else on the schedule. I don't understand right now. Because how do they have this much draft capital still? Bro, like, I've never seen a roster like this. How much more help does Kyle Shanahan need? Just wait for everyone to get healthy. Well, I feel like every single year they have to add some potential all-pro to go out there and cook. Just play the football games.
Well, this is the thing. If we're talking about that part of it, that's John Lynch doing his job, and I'm never going to get mad at GMs doing their job. Because quite frankly, if they don't, they get fired. This is
no, I agree.
That's what they're here to do. Like, I'm happy for the 49ers and good on them for getting a guy like Chase Young, because if you hit and you actually get Chase Young reaching his full potential for you, you got him for cheap. You got him for a third-round pick. And the worst case scenario, if he turns out to be a disappointment, okay, well, cool. You let him walk. And essentially, you got him for free, because if you let him walk in free agency, you get a compensatory pick back. So for all intents and purposes, this is a half a season rental. And it's like, cool, I ain't really got to pay a whole lot. All I got to do is stick dude in here and say, hey, go prove to me that you worth the money. And if he don't, I get my pick back anyway. So,
but if he good, the 49ers be signing him, man.
My whole thing is this. I'm not saying it's not a good move. I think it is a very good move. My only thing is, I'm not sitting here looking at this move and saying, oh, yeah, this puts them over the top. No, it doesn't. Because one, the bigger issue that you have right now isn't necessarily your defense, is that right now, your offense is in shambles because everybody is on the mend. And the guy that you have playing quarterback, we were talking about him being Brock Purdy's better than this guy. Brock Purdy's better than that guy. And he's top 10 and he's this and he's that. Well, yeah, no, we found out. No,
we found out that real quick.
Cinderella. Like, no, he went back.
Settle down. Settle down. All right, still my guy.
No,
settle down.
He's look, I'm not saying he's bad. He ain't Jimmy G. He's just okay. Like,
he's mid.
Like, he's
okay. Just a mid guy.
He might
not be. He is cool. Also, while we're at it, another guy who might just be cool. We've been talking about, oh, well, Debo is the weak link in that offense. And blah,
Talking
blah,
about Brandon Ayuk.
Brandon Ayuk is supposed to be the guy. Brandon Ayuk, sir, there is a bevy of targets that are out here waiting to be snatched. Can you go ahead and step up and prove that you're this guy that everyone says you are? Like, since we're having this conversation and we're always like, oh, Debo's
so the 49ers just filled their offense just filled with a bunch of frauds besides Christian McCaffrey.
No, I don't think it's filled with a bunch of frauds. I just feel like the offense at the beginning of the season, we saw it, and
but
we were
they've
like,
been dominating. They have been dominating easy matchups. They have been killing easy matchups, and the way that they've been eating is off of the strength of their running game that opens it up for everything else. So
I completely agree.
So if we understand that their running game was CMC and whoever they have under center really pushes them forward. Why do we hype up all of these receiving targets in which they have in Ayuk and Debo when we know that it is a product of the running game? That they are products of the running game. Besides George Kittle, George Kittle's just a monster.
But even with George Kittle, you could say that about literally any offense that works well. Like we can sit there and make that argument for everybody.
That's not true. Not the Eagles.
Okay, stop.
What? What you mean?
Stop.
What you mean?
Come on.
If a team is stopping the run, we could switch up and go to the pass. If a team's trying to hold us down, A.J. Brown and Davante Smith's game is not tingent on making sure that our running game is operating at a high level.
No, but what I'm saying is everything.
I'm not giving the Eagles no more respect.
Everything works hand in hand when you have a good system and a good team around you.
Yeah, that's life. But you could sit here and tell what pieces need more of the other piece. And in that particular piece right there in the 49ers receiving weapons, they rely more heavily on the run than a lot of other teams, especially the Eagles, Chiefs, Chargers.
That's fair, but the one counterpoint I'll say is if we're going to talk about something that the Eagles rely on, then cool, we'll talk about the offensive line. Because honestly, that's the thing that bails y'all out more often than not. No. Let me finish.
The 49ers have an elite offensive line too.
No, they don't.
No, they do not.
It is true.
Last year it was. It is.
Last year, maybe. This year? Hell no.
It is Trent Williams and the Merry Band of Misfits. I'm sorry. We're not doing that.
It has fell off. It has fell off.
That offensive line was very top.
Hey, but Doug, can we admit that Jalen Hurts would be pretty suspect without AJ Brown?
Yes.
Yeah, he probably would.
Yes.
It's the same
because
way.
AJ Brown is a top 3 receiver in the league.
I'm about to say the same way I feel that Josh Allen would be suspect without Stephon Diggs. That's what he was beforehand. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's okay if you need a number one because most quarterbacks need a number one. There are very few quarterbacks ever that are like, oh yeah, I could just make it work with scraps every year.
The only guy,
Matthew Stafford,
because he had one of the greatest number ones ever.
What about after he left?
Okay.
After he left his first year at a team where he actually had solid weapons, what did he do?
He might not have had number one, but Golden Tate was still a good player.
He was good, but he not. Come on.
Yeah.
Kenny Galladay? Kenny Galladay? Yo, stop playing with me, Trey. Stop playing with me, Trey.
He definitely made Kenny Galladay.
Okay.
He got Kenny Galladay paid.
He definitely did.
I think Patrick Mahomes don't need it either. Like I feel like
he does. He does.
I feel like he'll need Kelsey. And then I think the wide receiver because I feel like he's looking.
Kelsey's the number one receiver.
No, but I still think he really like at this point in Kelsey's career, like Kelsey is not supposed to be the number one at this point in his career.
Yeah, he old and no one talks about that. He's what, 34, 32?
I want to say 33.
I'm gonna look it up.
I want to say he's 33.
Yeah, Mahomes and
they are not preparing for the future.
It's actually 34.
Travis Kelce is 34. Right?
Yeah,
he's
that's what I
34.
thought.
Like,
Right,
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he old, bro. That's crazy.
He's an older football player. Like, we look at Travis Kelce because he's still productive and assume he's still the same
And he
guy.
got a baby face. Like he looked young as shit.
yeah, like the haircut, the fade, and
Yeah.
taking care of himself,
He
it makes you
didn't-
think, oh yeah, he's still the same guy. But the reality is he's 34, dog. Like
He's 34.
not to say that he's the same player, but he's reached that same late stage of like Jason Witten, where when he was young, he was the dude that was running down the seam and catching the long touchdown.
I don't know. Jay Witt was good for forever.
Jason Witten was good for forever, but he was good in a different way at the later stage of his career. It was more so him just knowing how to play the game and learning how to use his body instead of just, oh, okay, cool, I'm a better athlete than this linebacker, so I'm gonna just run by him. Like,
No, I think,
but he's just at this point, you need a number one. He's supposed to be your third down safety blanket dude.
I agree.
He's still good enough to be that guy. I think he got another 2 years before he can do that.
I mean, I think he needs to, like, I agree with Trey. I think what Patrick needs is the number one guy, because I think what he's been what the Chiefs have been doing lately is what I've seen from film is that they're relying more on Travis Kelce in the pass game than they are the other wide receivers. And I think they need to find someone outside of him, because I agree. I think he's the third down, like blanket, and the guy that you got to just get the first down. I think they need to find a guy, and I don't really know who right now on that 49ers team can be put in that position as a number one guy. Because I look at I know Kadarius Toney is an iffy.
Kadarius Toney has to catch the ball.
This
first.
man Trey Young's so fucking ass. My bad. I'm sorry.
All right.
Yeah.
But
It's
Toney can't do it. Sky Moore's a gadget guy. I think the guy who might have the best shot is Rashee Rice, but even with that, he's probably more of a high-end number two. Just at this point, y'all might have to thug it out for the rest of the season, and then going into the draft, y'all need to go ahead and start looking at, hey, let's see if we can find somebody to back up Travis Kelce. Maybe another young tight end, kind of put him under Travis's wing. So while he's still kind of learning he's still kind of learning from the old vet. We get to train him up and still get to the last kind of golden years of Travis Kelce before he ride off into the sunset. Or you take another receiver and it's like, okay, now we got a dude. And this receiver class coming up, it's some guys.
Oh yeah. This is the deepest wide receiver class I've seen in a while. With the talent like Marvin Harrison, Keon Coleman, Malik Neighbors, I'm trying to go through the list of the
Rome kid from freaking Washington.
Romeo. This is it's so much a talented class that I think a lot of people are not really going to be able to determine who's going to be that first wide receiver that goes off the board. I think it's going to be Harrison, but I think
it's going to be Marvin Harrison. But it's going to be Marvin Harrison. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, they're probably going to have to just tough it out for the rest of the season. And I don't know if that will lead them to a Super Bowl or not. I'm not going to bet against them because I didn't think they would win a Super Bowl last year, and somehow they found a way to do it. But going into this next year, I think their best course of action is like, hey, let's see if we can find another tight end to kind of raise up under Travis Kelce, or let's go get one of these young receivers and make this work. Or get a running back and invest in the run game.
Oh, this offseason, Cooper Kupp or Davante Adams is going to just know that one of these top receivers is taking the ass.
Davante Adams.
Also, chat hashtag free Davante, but we could get into that later.
Davante Adams, I'm pretty sure he should request for a trade next season.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty sure after that game against the Lions, I'm pretty sure he requested one after the game, but they just couldn't get rid of him.
I heard something like that the Saints were almost in the process of getting Davante, and we couldn't get it cleared up for the deadline. I don't know if that's cap or not, but
no, the Ravens. The Ravens. 2 first rounds for him. They was going to give 2 first rounds for Davante Adams, but the Oakland didn't want to do it. They didn't want to see Lamar win, man. They don't want to see him win.
And then who will want to see them win?
Oh, excuse me. The Saints got very close to trading for Hunter Renfrow, which I wouldn't have been mad at. But
Hilarious.
But why? They got receivers over there.
we got Michael Thomas and Chris Olave, and it looks like Chris Olave don't even care anymore because he's tired of Derek Carr. Like, yeah. Like, why do you think the man was caught speeding 30 miles an hour over the bridge? Because he was like, hey, he's playing with Derek Carr. He had a
Nah, I'm not hearing this, bro. That's your quarterback,
Chris
bro.
Olave
You a
running
fake,
around like he don't
you
want to
a
play
fake
football
Saints
no more.
fan, man.
No. But in all seriousness, like, I messed around. Like,
Chris Olave running around like he don't want to play football no more.
I just don't. Yeah, but like, I trust Derek Carr. It's just, I think we need to play Jameis because my problem is with Derek Carr. I think with his injury, if it gets hurt any worse, I feel like at his age right now, it could be harder for him to recover. And I feel like we need to get someone like Drake May out of the draft to be able to build a young quarterback under him. Because I like I said this, I'm gonna support Derek Carr. He's my QB. He's the guy we got, and I'm gonna support him. But I feel like with our O-line being as bad as it is, and the fact that he's dealing with a week-by-week shoulder injury, we need somebody to be able to build something under. And I think we've got Derek Carr just to have him as like the experience because, you know, he's had the years under his belt. But I feel like chat is crazy. Oh, my God. I'm sorry.
Yo, that's wild. The chat always comes through.
Chat,
Carr. So much love, Johnny said. Carr already has a history of making receivers go.
That's crazy.
Derek Carr. Yeah, Derek Carr. He's done.
I feel like seriousness, I feel like if we get a young QB out of the draft to be able to train and build up to develop as a quarterback for the future, and we have Derek Carr in the plan so he can help that guy become successful, I think that could work better. I still believe in Derek Carr. We're tied with the Falcons for the South right now. The South is, garbage as always. But I think we have a shot to win the division. I just think we got to play consistent. Because the way we played against Indianapolis, in the past game, there was one play that I remember where the main thing was, I looked at that game multiple times, and I was just like, my biggest fear was like Derek Carr getting that nice pass to Shaheed. It was just great to see us come out of that win, considering the way we've been playing the last few weeks. But I feel like we still are in the hunt for the division. But I feel like, right now we got to take it week by week.
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I was about to say, we all know.
Y'all got to get on.
Yo.
That's funny as shit.
That's the chat, bro. Yo, get for the camera real quick. Early.
That's crazy.
Nah, turn around.
Hey, yo.
Pause. Damn. Man, look like the Hawk.
Oh, it was the first hit.
Andrew Carr had a nightmare last night. Mookie was chasing me, and Steve Harvey said it was. Steve screamed, "Who that?" Steve screamed, "Who that?" Mookie said, "Woody, that's my team."
That's crazy.
Yo, love Angie. Speaking of receiver class, the best receiver coming out is in LSU, and he wears number 8. Trey.
That is false because he is not better than Marvin Harrison Jr.
I think he's top 5 in the country, but he's
great.
He's top 5 in the country, but he's not better than Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison is about to have 5 100+ yard games. I think he should be in the Heisman talk because of the way he's been playing. But people disrespecting my man's. He's such a even though I'm a Notre Dame fan, we lost to Ohio State because we were stupid. Marvin Harrison is that guy, and he needs to be in the Heisman talk. And I don't think a lot of people are having him in that conversation right now.
Did Washington make a mistake trading Young and Sweat?
Both of them, yes, I think so.
Yes.
I would have traded one or the other. I still don't fully understand why they got rid of both. Like, if you want to get rid of Chase Young because you want to sell your stock on it, and because of where you took him, that'll be probably the asset that gives you the best return, then sure, go ahead. But to get rid of both of them,
I think Harris, the owner of, because
Why are you boiling corn?
I think he just woke up on some everybody must go. He got rid of Harden, Sweat. Everybody got to go. He just said, you know what? I'm tired of everybody. Everybody get up out of here.
He's meal prepping, Fluent. He's meal prepping for tomorrow.
Meal prepping?
Yeah, meal prepping. What's good,
Hold
Fluent?
on. What's going on? I my apologies. There's something wonky going on with my camera, so you don't get to see my beautiful view from my hotel room.
Oh, you outside?
I haven't been home in weeks.
No way, really?
Yeah, LA, San Francisco. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, that's what's up. You want a daddy tour?
We're doing a fluent tour, making the world more fluent.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Not mad at it at all.
I was home Tuesday to do It's Fluent Top 10, get some laundry done, and back on the road.
Fluent, I know we on football, Fluent. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The Celtics look scary, man. Oh boy, it looks scary. They are blowing teams out the water.
Somebody in the chat just brought up something. I was wondering why, if they were gonna trade two guys, I thought one of the guys that would have been traded would have been Jonathan Allen, because between the contract, the fact that he clearly is tired of being there, and the fact that this is a highly respected player at his position that you could probably get a real good return for, because he's kind of still in his prime. Like, I would have thought they would have tried to move that. Like, I'm very curious as to why that didn't happen. But y'all decided, like, hey, the two young edge rushers we got, y'all can pack it up and get on out of here.
Very, very strange. Like, listen, I'm happy we got Sweat, but like, weird, right? Like, I
was about to say, and they traded him to the Bears of all places. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like, why are we trading people to Chicago?
My thing is not necessarily why are you trading with Chicago, but if I'm Washington, I'm trying to fleece them because I'm looking at their defense and I'm like, so y'all won't Sweat because y'all have absolutely no pass rush to speak of. So I'm gonna try and get y'all to pay for the damn nose for it.
What did they give him up for, Fluent? A third? That's insane.
Yeah, like
I don't think the Bears made a good deal.
Yeah.
Heck, the 49ers made a good deal. They both made good deals, but it doesn't make sense what Washington is doing. It doesn't make sense. Heck, the Bears, look, let's be honest, the Bears season is done. I get it, he's a young pass rusher, so they're looking to the future too, but like the 49ers even, I guess it makes sense, just made a great defense even better. So, okay, I'm okay with that because, hey, no problem. I'm okay with the 49ers. They're going for a Super Bowl. You got to go all in. You got to make those moves. That makes sense.
Flo, are you a passport, bro?
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
Man, I don't even know what that means.
Just say yes or no.
I'm going to say no.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Donovan Peoples-Jones to the Lions. What y'all think about that?
I don't care. I don't care about.
Yeah, okay. I don't understand the movement of verse.
Wait.
Oh my God!
Let's not just throw it away. Let's not just throw it away.
I mean, it's a good move because it gives Jared Goff another target.
I want to talk about Gardner Minshew, bro.
Of course, you want to talk about Gardner.
Of course, you want to talk about Gardner Minshew.
Why am I? That's my homie, bro. That's my homie. Bro, because people, you know what? He gets so he's a guy that got the short end of the sticks for a very long time, right? He went to the Jaguars, has some good seasons with them, and then what happened? They get Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah,
so then he has to. They have
games.
To
not good seasons, good games.
Dude, I'm good with saying that if Gardner Minshew go to a team that's fully behind him, he's Brett Favre. I don't care what nobody says. He's Brett Favre. Society would love him the same way they love Brett Favre.
Also, that's Brett Favre, but I digress.
He's a gambler. I'll give you that.
Like if you would have said like Rich Gannon or something like Brett. Yeah, Jeff Garcia, Brett Favre.
We can go Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon got to the Super Bowl with Troy Brown and Jerry Rice.
Sure. Yeah, I'm giving him respect, saying Rich Gannon, but not Brett
I
Favre.
just think he's a starter. I think it's no way Tannehill has had a job for 10 years. It's no way. And people like Gardner Minshew ain't got to start.
I agree.
It's just no way.
I agree.
No way.
I think he could have been, dare I say, could have been a quarterback for the 49ers.
Well, it would have been. Listen, he might
It
be.
seems like the only person who couldn't be is Trey Lance. So
Facts.
I'm glad I
just
called
feel
that
like
one.
I watched teams like when the Jets had that amazing defense with Gamardi and Bart Scott and Revis. They wasted it with Mark Sanchez. It's so many quarterbacks who've come in this league and have gotten 5-6 years to be on a team and be trash. Rex Grossman. But yet, it's a lot of guys I feel like don't get the chance that can actually play.
yeah, because they weren't drafted high. That's the thing. Like the guys who aren't drafted high, yeah, you're on a short leash. You better be good really fast because the reason why guys like Mark Sanchez and Rex Grossman and Sam Darnold and all these other guys get chances is because people invested a lot of draft capital in them.
But that's BS.
Okay, you can say it's BS, but the reality is the reality. If I spent a first round pick on you, that's essentially.
I don't mean I have to keep giving you chance after chance when you're sticking up the field every single night in and night out.
I might not have to give you chance after chance, but I have to do everything I possibly can to make sure this works. Because basically, what those draft picks are is if I take you in this slot, that means I'm going to essentially pay you like a starter.
But you got guys that goes in and out of teams and still be getting starting jobs. And that team didn't even draft him.
That goes more to the ego of some of these coaches where they see a guy who was a first-round pick for somebody else, and they're like, oh, yeah, that coach doesn't know what he's doing. I know what I'm doing. So if you give me that guy,
it's a couple guys got a lot of chances, y'all.
There's a bunch of dudes like that.
There's multiple dudes like that.
But that's what I'm saying. A guy in Gardner Minshew, he's proven where if he got scenarios that's pretty good, he could make something like that work. Like, what are we doing? So the fact that a guy in Ryan Tannehill, who's been actively blowing up the Tennessee Titans for as long as he's been doing, continuously gets a job, and this man Gardner Minshew keeps getting benched, by all means, he's getting a quarterback that's better than him, but he's not getting no fair share. Got Daniel Jones getting crazy contracts.
So Dub, what are some teams that should have given Minshew a chance?
Giants.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Okay. Well, you know the Giants can.
Pittsburgh.
No. You know the Giants couldn't.
Pittsburgh.
Now the Giants, had they not signed Daniel Jones to that deal, and when we had this discussion 3 weeks ago, and you said who could they have put in there for less, Minshew's the answer. Okay, but they signed Daniel Jones. Who else?
No, other Pittsburgh. Talking about Pittsburgh.
All right.
New York Jets.
Now, yeah.
Dare I say
not when they had Aaron Rodgers.
Oh yeah, not when they had Rodgers. New England Patriots. I think he's better than Mac Jones. I think he's better than Mac Jones for sure.
Is Mac Jones good?
Mac Jones ain't like that.
Mac Jones.
He ain't been like this.
I guess we're doing this. I guess it's
saying that Ryan Tannehill must have had like some criminal type stuff on that owner that he was blackballing him or something. It's no way you pay him for that long. It's no way.
Facts.
No way.
Facts. Las Vegas Raiders. I'd rather have him over Jimmy G.
All day, every day.
I would have said Sam Howell, but I'm not gonna lie. Sam Howell has been impressing me a little bit. So maybe Sam Howell, maybe not.
Shout out Eric Bieniemy.
Shout out Eric Bieniemy, 100%.
Would you have had him in some places like where there's Ritter, like where there's a young quarterback behind someone?
Falcons would be so much better with Gardner Minshew than Desmond Ritter.
Man, Taylor Heineke came in there fluent and started cooking.
Oh yeah, Taylor Heineke's another one.
Taylor Heineke.
He's another one that doesn't get enough chance.
I like Taylor Heineke.
Right?
I like him too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of quarterbacks that all these other guys is getting love.
He's a gamer too. He's a gamer.
Yeah. Like they be doing them dirty, bro. And I don't get it.
I think Garner could have, instead of getting Russell Wilson, Garner could have played in Denver.
Denver.
Less money.
Packers.
Less money.
Yep.
Packers.
They gave Teddy Bridgewater a chance. And he had like 5 chances.
Do you think any of those? And if I missed some news, I apologize. Did anybody make a move? Do you think anybody makes a move to get one of those guys in Minnesota?
What you mean?
You talking about one of the receivers?
No. I'm still on the quarterbacks. Does Minnesota make a move to get one of those Minshew, Heineke's?
Josh Dobbs.
Nah, they already.
They got Josh Dobbs
in the offseason.
Yeah, like I said, does Minnesota make a move?
In the offseason,
I don't think they will. I think they're gonna stick with Kirk Cousins, but I think they also have.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I think they're gonna let Kurt walk at this point.
The Achilles tear, that's it for him. That's the stamp on him.
I think if Garner shows.
Oh, it was an Achilles tear.
Seems like
damn.
And Pittsburgh can get him.
Yeah, then that means that he's done because he's
and make him
Kirk's
Kenny
35. That's probably it.
Yeah, Kirk is done. Kirk is done after that Achilles tear.
Yeah,
34, 35. This one to start getting
people
bad.
like you never won anything. All right, I'm not. It's gonna be like Matt Ryan.
Never get hurt. He spends $1 million on his body every offseason.
Bro, he's 35 though, bro.
I know
he's 35. Like Aaron Rodgers had the
Grant Williams crazy.
Is Aaron Rodgers done?
Yeah, no, I feel. The reports are saying he's gonna come back, and I think it's dumb because I feel like if he makes that injury even worse, it could end up not even ending his career.
And he needs time playing with that crew. He can't just go on that crew and think that he's going to
be done 5 years ago.
He want to go out on his own accord.
Yeah, this guy's crazy.
Hey, we got Sports PSP. Both Sweat and Young would be free agents after 2023. Also, they have approximately $90 million in salary cap space. They can attack free agency and the draft.
I don't disagree.
I don't disagree with that.
But like you weren't gonna, you didn't want to re-sign or keep either one. Like you have two edge rushers that those are hard to find. It's not like it's easy to find people who put pressure on a quarterback. You got rid of both.
I was more so shocked that they got rid of Sweat than getting rid of Chase Young.
Yeah, because they've been flirting with getting rid of Chase Young for a while now to give him right, like that we've heard for a while. Sweat was the surprise. I agree.
He's been injured for 2 years, and
that's Keith's son, right?
Huh?
Is that Keith's son, right?
That's crazy. It just registered in my head. That's crazy.
No, none of these guys know who I'm talking about.
I don't.
Who you name, Fluent?
That man said Montez Sweat is Keith Sweat's son. I'm dead.
Oh man, come on now, make it last forever.
Wild.
Do you know who Keith Sweat is, though?
Make it last forever.
No, I don't.
You don't know who Keith Sweat is?
Nah, I don't. Who's Keith Sweat?
Damn.
Hey, Fluent, true story, Fluent. My mother put a kit in my head.
Was he a singer or some shit?
And I walked around with the Keith Sweat.
He is
the most famous ever.
The most famous
singer ever.
The most famous begging singer ever.
Begging? Oh yeah, I'm not. I was never into that type of music.
He was like Usher of the '90s. Like women loved him.
I'm dead. All right, not somebody playing in the background. I'm dead.
Got me twisted, man.
I think I heard that song before. Maybe I do know him.
You have.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, my bad.
Sued.
Yeah, man. My bad. L knowledge. The AFC North. Oh wait, no. Yeah, let's talk about the AFC North, right? Because the title of the video with the Joe Burrow and the Bengals being back. They just went on a nice tear. They just defeated the fraudulent 49ers. And the AFC North is the only team right now. The AFC North is the only team where every single team has an above 500 record in its division, right? So how you guys feel about the division? How y'all feel about Joe Burrow and the Bengals revitalizing themselves and doing what they've always been doing and always having a slow start but able to turn things around?
Are you going to admit that you were wrong when you called the Bengals a fraud team that wasn't going to make the playoffs?
Wait, what? What
did I say? You didn't say that at the beginning of the season?
No, I said I was worried about Joe Burrow's calf, so I was worried about how that was going to happen. But I never said that they weren't going to make the playoffs. I said maybe not.
Maybe it was somebody else. Maybe it was somebody else.
And all those DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah, no, listen. I think the Bengals are still going to win this division, man. Like, Burrow's healthy now. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all they needed.
Right now in the division.
And that defense is picking up too, Fluent.
Yeah, right now in the division, the Ravens are in the lead with they're 6-2, and it's basically Steelers, Browns, Bengals, and they're all 4-3. So I think the Bengals with Joe Burrow, I think now the way he played last week. Now the Bengals are gonna start getting serious, and I think the Ravens especially have to start getting on their tippy toes, because if this Bengals team can start being able to play consistently on the offensive side of the ball,
Bengals, man.
Well, that's
Thursday
okay.
night. Thursday night, November the 16th. Bengals and Ravens. That game, even though it's early-ish in the season, not early-ish, but it's like week 12. That's going to decide who wins the AFC North. Whoever wins that game.
You're probably not wrong.
Yeah, I had Ravens winning. I had the Ravens winning the North anyway.
Yeah.
Because I felt like the Ravens this year, this is like Lamar's team that he has around him right now is one of the better teams that I think Lamar can have that he's had right now. And the way Lamar has been playing has honestly been impressive. And I know it's been making Mookie like vomit. So it's been making it even more satisfying.
And I think the second half of the season, I think Odell picks it up. I really do.
I agree.
Oh,
I feel the thing about Odell is
he's done.
I'm 50-50 on it because I feel like he can pick it up, but then I feel like, we've had this thing with Odell where it's like he starts off slow and then he comes back and then he has a few good games and then it just goes back down to where we've seen it before. So I'm not trying to give out hope on Odell, but I'm 50-50.
Odell's cooked. I said this. Flo, remember this? I said this a long.
I don't think
after he got hurt in the Super Bowl, I was like, you know what? I said that's it. I said he's done. I said he's never going to be the same. Injury like that, he keeps reoccurring. He's been getting hurt every single year before that injury. I'm like, bro, I said he's never going to be the same. He's never.
I heard somebody say, I forgot they said, like, he's drawn so many defensive pass interferences. Like, and I forgot who said it, but they was like, if they actually gave the receivers the yards on a pass interference anyway, he'd be like top 5 right now, dog. Like, he's gotten so many pass interferences. Like,
I'm not disagreeing with that.
I do like that idea, by the way. I know they've been floating that around for years. I do like that idea.
I don't.
To actually know, like that is actually dope. Yeah. I would like to know.
So if you get a 40
maybe not added to their yards. Maybe like a separate.
It's a separate
category.
Separate stat.
Start keeping track of penalties.
Because you know what'll happen if you add it to their yards. Then some guys like us are going to start over analyzing and be like, yeah, but how many of those were pass interference yards? So just do it right from the beginning. Pass interference. Yeah.
But then you'll have people that'll just combine it too. It's like, oh, look, he had 2,000 yards this year.
Of course they are.
That happens all the time.
That's gonna make that will make the numbers of wide receivers actually look crazy because they'll do that in their head and they'll add it up.
Those old guys will never get into the Hall of Fame.
Oh
those
yeah,
old wide receivers are done.
They're cooked.
But yeah, no, like shout out to the Bengals. Y'all got healthy Joe Burrow now. Y'all got healthy T. Higgins back. Y'all look explosive.
And that pass rush is nasty.
I was about to say that's great. Your defense looks like it's kind of finding its footing again. But Trey Hendrickson was hurt for a stretch in that game. Cam Taylor-Britt was hurt for a stretch in that game. And if I'm being honest, this is still the Ravens division. This is still the Ravens.
Every day.
Ravens division.
Pittsburgh defense. Woo.
Pittsburgh defense.
Ravens have the best
defense. Defense is really good.
But I think Pittsburgh actually has the best defense.
I agree.
Pittsburgh. Look, I don't disagree with that. My thing with Pittsburgh is I will never have faith in Matt Canada. I'm sorry. You can't beat me.
I don't really have faith in Kenny Pickett. I feel like, and again, if Gardner Minshew played for Pittsburgh, they'd be undefeated to me.
I have faith in Kenny Pickett. I mean, I saw Matt Canada at LSU, and if they didn't learn their lesson when what he was doing at LSU when the Steelers hired him, I don't really know what to say because he does not know how to run.
I'm not saying this because he's my guy. I'm not saying this because he's my friend. I promise you, I'm not saying this because he's my friend, and he's in a great place now, and he's very happy. But at the time when they hired Matt Canada, it was between him and Hugh Jackson. And say what you want about Hugh Jackson as a head coach. Say what you want as an offensive coordinator for that team. He would have been a significantly better choice than Matt Canada. Let's not forget he was an offensive coach of the year. Like when he's got weapons and tools in the NFL, Forget the head coaching.
made us
He
think
is a
he-
very,
he-
very, very good offensive coordinator.
Fluid, he made us think Andy Dalton was a good quarterback.
Hugh Jackson turned a quarterback into a 1,000-yard receiver in Terrell Pryor.
Yes, he did.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah,
like-
that is true. That is
Yeah.
true. I
Yes.
forgot
I forgot
about that.
Terrell Pryor.
Yeah.
He was athletic.
Like look,
Gadget guy.
at the end of the day, I understand the Bengals are back. They're a dangerous team. Any team that is that explosive, they will always have a puncher's chance. But at the end of the day, the team, if we're being honest, the team, like one of the most consistent teams this year out of all of the teams in the NFL, regardless of conference, has been the Baltimore Ravens. So this doesn't move me at all because I picked them to win the division at the beginning of the year when I thought Joe Burrow and the Bengals would still be at full power. So if I thought they were going to win when y'all were at your best, y'all have been kind of on and off because of injury the whole season anyway. So yeah, until I see otherwise, this is still the Ravens' division to lose.
Yeah, and I don't trust the Steelers because of Matt Canada having a playbook like this, but I digress.
Offense and Lamar getting hurt. If none of that happens, this is their division to win. But
Lamar, man, I'm not gonna lie. The
I'm just saying,
the Ravens to the Super Bowl.
Look,
oh please, I just want Mookie to be so upset.
Can you imagine? Can you,
Lamar?
You know how we had the last year's Super Bowl where the two stigmas of the NFL about top 5 QB and running QB winning a Super Bowl?
Right.
Can you imagine if it's the Eagles and Ravens Super Bowl?
Oh man, either one of them win. Those are two down home black quarterbacks, man. Either one of them.
I don't want to hear shit about you. No. I don't want to hear
Wait a minute.
No. You talk about Brock Purdy's a better thrower of the football than Lamar Jackson. I'm not hearing this from you early.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
That was disgusting early. That was do you
crazy.
walk it all back? Do you walk it all back?
Listen. Let me tell you.
Get the
something.
bag.
I've told this story before. I got some. I'm in Laurel right now. I'm in Baltimore all the time. I got some connections in Baltimore. Shout out to my guy DJ, who is one of Lamar's guys. And I got a phone call. I was talking kind of crazy about Lamar, and I got a phone call. So I watched some tape. And I
Phone call from who? Lamar? Phone call from who? Lamar?
No, from Lamar.
No, I got a phone call from his people, basically saying like, "Hey man, because I go to the Baltimore games. Like I'm an advocate. Baltimore's a good place, man. So I got some phone calls like, "Hey man, people saying what you're saying, and they ain't too happy about it. So I had to go back, watch the tape, and had to make some adjustments on my my analysis. And I had to say that Lamar's a pretty damn good quarterback.
That's crazy. That's crazy. He doing it just because someone told him to stop. He don't doing it because he really feels like that. Look at me, Early. Look at me.
No, listen.
Do you really believe Lamar Jackson is that good of a thrower?
Yeah.
Do you truly believe it? Or somebody really told you not to do it no more?
He might not.
So here's the thing. In all honesty, it wasn't like a threat. It was more of a like, man, really watch the games and really see so that game.
Yeah, you had somebody put you in your place. I know.
Listen, man. It's not a put in the place, but you gotta understand something. When you're in a city where Lamar is the heart of the city, man. He really is, man, and he's one of those guys that people root for him. You understand what I'm saying? So I feel like I did have to watch film. Like I watched a lot of bad throws by Lamar, but when you really watch the film, he's not that bad of a quarterback. He makes a lot of good plays, man. I just think that Lamar, his ability to throw the ball on the outside is what kind of gets me sometimes, man. It does. But he's much improved over the years, man. And he can even be up for MVP this year, honestly.
He can be. He
will be.
He will be.
He will be in the MVP. I think he is already in the conversation for MVP as of right now.
This guy is MVP. At the end of the year, Patrick Mahomes will be having it at his house. So you never know.
The Lakers are a failure. Oh my God. Fluent, you're a Lakers fan, right?
Yes.
They got to get rid of D-Lo, man. They got to get too many guards, man.
This is very underwhelming.
Listen.
You guys are getting destroyed.
Listen. All I have to say is this. It's very early in the season. Hold on. It's very early in the season. Hold on. Did you all give up on the Bucks? Because the Bucks were getting spanked by
Yeah,
30 by the Raptors tonight.
They were getting locked the hell up.
You're not jumping off the Bucks bandwagon. So hey,
I am. Boston all the way.
It's a game in the first, on the 1st of November. The 1st of November. Lots of time.
Nah, this is inexcusable, bro.
Just like last year. Just like that last year. The Lakers. Listen, LeBron's old, right? And like an old classic car, it takes a little while for the engine to get warmed up, right? So we'll worry about it in the second half.
38-year-old engine to warm up.
That's right. 38-year-old engine takes a long
Why
time.
y'all waiting for LeBron? You got all those guys. You got AD in his prime, Reeves, D'Lo. You got all these other young guys.
He's still the engine that makes him go. He might not be the best player, but he's still
Kyrie, man. You got to.
I just saw the score. Holy crap!
Why do everyone say that? Like Kyrie's not leaving Dallas. Why do people keep?
He's not leaving. No, we don't want Kyrie anyways.
Yeah, like he's not leaving Dallas. That doesn't make sense. Just leave Kyrie's name out of this. But anyways, we could get back to football.
Hold on. Did anyone talk about? I know. We're doing football, but like you're saying, oh damn, score. The Celtics beat the Pacers 155-104.
I know. I turned
51 points, bro.
Yeah, I turned around.
Something's wrong. There's something wrong in the world. The Lakers are getting smoked. The Bucks got smoked.
No, I had the game on my TV, and I just saw that. I turned around, and I didn't realize how bad the score was.
Celtics are the only team that's actually performing. And guess who else? The Dallas Mavericks.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it.
Luka cooking something special.
Listen. All I'll say is this: the Lakers could lose tonight, but the Buffalo Braves are getting that cancer injected, that NWO injected into their system. They're done. They're done.
NWO is crazy.
I don't know, man. The Clippers are really good, though, man. They are really good.
On 2K,
healthy.
They're really good on 2K.
Really good, man. It's so many Jags on the.
I played them today on 2K. Oh my god, it was ridiculous. Kawhi and PG on defense is insane in that game. They gotta have Curry because Curry was just can't guard Curry in that game.
In 2K, do they only play like 33% of the time though?
Nah, it's digital, so they play the whole game.
Oh well, that's why.
Kawhi always get hurt.
You got fatigue off
every time. He never makes the season.
Fatigue's on, but injuries are off, I guess.
Oh, injuries off too? Oh man, come on.
Injuries on, he always gets hurt. Oh my god, always. Him and Derrick Rose.
Right. It is a football show. Boy Wonder's right. It is a football show.
Yeah, let's get back to football.
Did you guys talk about that fraud finally getting what he deserved?
Josh McDaniels?
Yeah.
Oh, we popped champagne.
That's crazy.
Oh, I thought we were going to get rid of the.
It's about time.
Get out. All I got to say to this, sir, Mr. McDaniels, wherever you are, I'm sorry that you had to get fired while you were trick-or-treating with your children. I'm so sorry that you had to have that sad moment, but please don't come back. We don't want you back.
He's not coming back.
This is your second stick. He's not coming back, and I hope I never hear the name McDaniel ever again.
The best job in New England, like always.
Last night,
he's like a Bill Belichick, like a dad or a parent. And every time the kid leaves out in the world and he struggles, he's like, "You can come stay with us and live in the basement so you get your money right, and you can go back out there out the world." That's how he treats Josh McDaniels. He always bringing them back, letting them get a job, so he'll be back. He'll be back employed.
I hope the NFL is that girl that finally got smart and never hires one of his kids again because they all stink.
That's crazy.
They all stink.
He raised
no
a
one
bunch
from
of
the Bill Belichick tree. Correct me if I'm wrong. It has been a good head coach.
But you know what, though, Floyd? He's living off of that Browns team where they were all good with Cromell and what's my man's name? We just talked about him with the Bengals. Like it was a lot of guys over there in that Browns team back in the 90s that he was on.
It was
all succeeded, and a lot of people been living off of that. Like he come from good stock.
Look,
Andy Reid has a better sample size of coaches be successful than
that's fair.
Oh, I'm on record. If Andy Reid gets 5 Super Bowl with Kansas City, he's over Bill Belichick.
Eric Bieniemy is about to get a head coaching job after this season because that Commanders offense looks way better. Better.
You need to be the damn head coach of the Washington team.
They should just promote him. Actually, that's a fact.
Is this his last year? A head coach of Washington?
It should be.
It
Ron
should be.
Rivera.
I don't think that.
Rivera.
Yeah,
I don't
Ron.
see
Well,
any
they
reason why
traded-
you're going to keep.
They traded Chase Young and Sweat. It goes to show you that they are going to be preparing for a rebuild. And
Ron.
Yeah,
The
they're
But
coach
gonna
is
Ron
probably
get
gonna
another
go with
job
that.
though, man.
Magic
He's
Johnson's
living
gonna
off that Super Bowl
trade
appearance
everybody,
with the
fire
Bengals.
everybody, start fresh. He's changing the name. It's gonna be a whole new team.
I hate the
Bring it
name.
back.
They need to come up with a new
Yeah,
name.
they need no. They
Yeah,
just need to go
Commander
back.
sounds
They
like
need to
like
go
I
back.
said.
They just need to go back.
I like the
Yeah.
Redskins. I don't. No, let me not. Let me.
Let
No,
me-
no,
Hey,
hey, Dub, hold
I'm
on,
just kidding.
Dub. Wait.
I'm not
All
trying to
you
get.
have to say is this. All you have to say is this. There is the indigenous tribe that had that land where Washington's team is. They started a petition to ask for that
Yeah,
name
they
back. They
bring
said
it
it was a
back. They said it
tribute.
was actually,
They said it was a tribute to our
uplifting.
people. They want it back. It
Oh,
took
so the
some-
people want it back. Bring it
dude,
back.
It was some
Bring
left.
it
Bring
back.
it back.
I'm
Listen,
allowed to say
I,
this. I'm allowed to say this. No
It's the
offense,
left.
Billy. It was a bunch of white lefties who were like overly sensitive and like, oh, that's racist. But
Yeah.
them themselves were like, no, it's not. It's a tribute. We love it. Well,
Mhm.
who are you going to listen to? Who are you going to listen to?
What
Yeah.
America always listens to?
Yeah, fair
The
enough.
white people.
Yeah.
The woke.
the woke white people. Because if
I'm
you notice,
I'm trying to get
you know
canceled.
what, I'm about to get in a whole different bag. And I'm not trying.
Yeah.
Yesterday,
Commanders,
you
when
pay
they came up with
attention.
it,
You pay attention. There's always strides that get made when certain people get behind.
When they came up with the name, sounds like one of those
stuff. Went after Taylor Swift. So you know,
Oh yeah,
I'm just looking to
yes,
get.
he did.
Oh yeah, you were on this way. You're
I
just
was
looking-
on it. I saw the whole thing. Commanders. I felt like what I heard with Commanders, it just sounds like a default team name you get in Madden when they're like generate a random team name and they give you that. That's what I feel like what
Create
happens.
your own team.
Create your own team. That's what I said.
I'm always
But-
the Vegas Vipers worst team.
Or like,
ever.
But
or,
with
like, or like a team in a movie that's like a generic team, like the replacements, like how the Sharks were in Any Given Sunday. Like
The Washington
the Miami
Sentinels.
Sharks.
The
Actually, the
Washington.
But
Washington Sentinels.
I
The
don't. I
Washington
think this
Sentinels
is.
was kind of.
They should've
I
went
actually
with the
like that better
Hogs.
than the
And
Commanders.
DC fluent, they ran a petition, and the Hogs was one of the names. I don't know why they didn't go with the Hogs.
They need to also.
They could have gone Red Hogs.
If we're talking
like a
about
tribute to their
starting
old
brand
O-line.
new, they need to rebuild that stadium because that stadium is
Hey, wait.
old.
Hold on, wait. I wanna talk about I need Fluent to sit here and talk to me about Geno Smith because he was saying how he was gonna come back to earth. Trade two, because Geno Smith, I'm not gonna say he's been playing perfect. He's been playing pretty good. Team is leading the division right
He
now.
needs to get DK
Man.
Metcalf the ball, man.
Hey, one thing at a time, okay?
Look. Okay, cool. So let's have the conversation.
We're gonna start putting respect on Geno, Mr.
No.
I didn't write back Smith.
No, let's have a conversation because Brandon tried to pull the same little foolishness after the game while simultaneously saying, oh, Mookie might have been cooking about that Browns defense not being that great. Oh, you mean the Browns defense and Geno Smith looking crazy, throwing almost pick sixes for a good portion of that game up until the very last second? Relax. Look, Geno, when you needed him to play well the most at the end of the game to win the game, he played his best.
That was a Browns defense.
So for that he gets my credit. All credit to you. When your team needed you to make a play, you did not fold. You made the play. Salute to you. He's playing better, but I'm not about to sit here and say, oh, Geno's a top 10 quarterback. Or,
No, not top 10.
Like,
He's on. Listen, the reason he was so great.
He's a talented football player. He's getting his chance and he's making the best of it. So salute to
He's
him.
good. He's a good quarterback. I just want to hear you say it.
I will give you that. He is a good starter. I will say that.
There we go. I'm here for that. There we go. Floyd, your turn. Floyd. I'm waiting for you. Y'all told me he was gonna write back. Y'all told me he was gonna show you who he was. And who is he? Looks like a pretty good starter to me.
I mean,
I think
Fluent,
your mic is
10
muted.
years, but I mean, I guess.
I mean, he didn't get a chance.
He's like, he's the same age as Kurt, right? He's like 34, 35.
Yeah, he didn't get a chance. He didn't tear his Achilles. He's still playing.
He did get a chance. He got a chance with the Jets, with the Giants. He was just boom,
And he
man.
did pretty well with the Giants, but they wanted. But they. You said what?
he did not get a real chance with the Giants.
That is true.
He did.
And
If he
despite
got
that-
a real chance, they would have took him over Daniel Jones.
Exactly.
I was about to say, because the reality was that the one game that he started in, I watched every game that season. That was the best quarterback play we had all year, despite how mid he was during that game against the Chargers. And the way the Giants fans reacted was probably one of the most disgusting displays.
I was a part of that crew. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I didn't like it.
Like the way folks reacted to that man because he got benched for Eli, because we were trying to keep some streak alive, which I'll be honest, I love Eli to death. All respect to that man. Get that man his gold jacket. I do not care not one bit about your streak while you are stinking it up in the twilight of your career, dog.
But you got to be honest, man. You know what Eli means to New York. Like you know what Eli means to New York. To beat Brady twice, you know what he means.
Yeah, those
to
fans
New
was
York,
probably
dog.
livid. Can you imagine being in that game and seeing that Geno was under center? That's crazy.
Look, early.
He holds a special place in 1972 Dolphins heart too.
I was about to say, look, early. I understand where you're coming from. I understand everything you're saying. Eli is the reason why my dad has a Super Bowl ring. So I promise you, like,
who your dad?
He's the special teams coordinator for the Giants.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, like,
you and Trent are brothers?
Yeah, that's my little brother.
Oh, it makes sense.
You couldn't tell they look just alike.
Yeah, they do look similar. I thought just light skin guy was Drake. Like, I didn't want to say
that's crazy.
I didn't want to say that.
He was like, all you light skinned dudes with lawsuits the same. That's crazy.
We got two young MAs here.
Yo, that's nah. Why you do that? That's crazy.
Oh, we've been calling Trent Young MA for a long time.
That's hilarious.
And since he don't have facial hair, it's way more funnier with Trent.
You know who Trent looks like? Trent looks like Drewski to me.
That's great. He said he looked like Drewski. That's
if he had something, if he had that little patch right there, I would say, oh wait, it's Trey.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if you cut your hair and did that, I can see it. I can see it. Dye a blonde. Put on another 100 pounds. Why not?
I'm good on all of that. That's crazy. But
that's funny as hell. But before we go, what was you about to say, Trey? Before we go,
I'm just saying, like,
Geno Smith's a fraud. Yeah.
All right.
Now you want to say something? That's crazy.
I had to step away.
Geno's not a fraud. He's been playing well.
Of course, he's a fraud. He had that. Last season was phenomenal. It was great. He threw like 70% completion. He had like 30 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. He's on pace to do what? 20 touchdowns and 15 interceptions. And like, dude, like he's not the guy.
Fraud, but he's also not.
When I said he was going to take a step back this year, he took a step back this year. Correct.
He's
still
a good quarterback
last year.
I think it was.
But he's still a good quarterback.
I think he's a good quarterback.
He got his interceptions mainly from the Browns defense, which is a great defense.
Did he take a step back? Yes or no? From last year?
No.
That's fair.
I think he's relatively the same, honestly. The stats will probably tell you otherwise, but I think he's relatively the same guy he was last year.
Like if I'm ranking him right now as a quarterback, I think he's top 15. The way I've seen,
top 50. Yeah, he's top 50.
15, like.
Oh, my bad, Ben. If you want, pull up.
I got like 15.
Oh, here comes Ben. He's on the Seahawks. So
go ahead, Ben. Pull up.
I think if I'm being specific, I have him ranked right now at 14. Like the 13, like that's where I think
then we have a very sad class of quarterbacks in this league.
No, let's be honest. The quarterback play this year has not been.
It's not great. It's not a lot.
Like I said,
the reason why, and I do it week by week. If I see a quarterback and they don't play great, and I'm judging it off of everything they've done, I add that into factors. I think Geno has been playing moderately well. I'm not saying he's playing like poorly. I think he's been playing. Oh my god, here we go.
Here we go.
Oh my god.
Disrespected.
See, fluent.
It wasn't just admit it. If it wasn't for Pete Carroll, Geno would still be backing up somebody with a clipboard. He's the
Fluent,
quarterback
Fluent,
whisperer. Just admit it. Just admit
Fluent,
it.
you so confusing sometimes because first you was a winning guy. We winning games. Now you looking at stats. Like, what's up? What's up?
I look at everything. I look at everything.
What's up? You was a winning
Look
guy.
at
We winning
everything.
games. We
Brandon
winning
said, "I'm
games.
about to pull up."
We winning
And he
games.
showed up when he mattered the most. Tell him!
Listen,
Tell him!
You want me
Hey,
to
I'm
give
just saying,
Geno
bro.
love? You want me to give
I'm
Geno
saying,
love?
bro.
Tell him to throw the ball to DK Metcalf and help my fantasy team.
Hey,
All right.
the
I'm
number
saying,
one,
man, get DK the
Hey.
That's
ball,
my
man.
boy. Shout out to
The
my
number
boy
one
DK.
defense
You
in
out
the
here doing
NFL.
stuff.
the number one defense in the
dirty plays.
NFL, and we still won the game. And he was clutch that last drive. So
Yeah.
hey,
Hey, he had a good game. Yeah.
but Dub, I'm not even gonna
But
hold
when
you.
he
The
gets y'all
Seahawks
to the promised
defense,
land,
the Seahawks defense
They way better
is
this year.
the Seahawks defense looking Legion of Boom 2.0, bro. I'm not even gonna lie
what?
to you.
All right, now you-
I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Here we go.
Nah.
I'm-
They have
Listen,
potential. They have
as much
potential.
as I think they are
They got
better,
potential.
as much as I think they are
Propaganda.
better than
now
previous,
you just
I don't think there's ever going to be another Legion of Boom. I'm sorry. You will never. I don't think the Seahawks will ever be able to build a defense that's going to recreate what the Legion of Boom was able to do. So,
Mhm.
now that I'm saying,
Wait till the games matter. They'll be the Legion of Dud. Like
or Legion of Doom.
I don't think
We're
that's
gonna
true
get
because they had a lot of young guys last season, so it was a lot of like growing pains, right? So this season
Yeah.
they got a lot of the guys where they're getting familiar with each other. That defense is just gonna keep getting better year in and year out. So I'm not gonna lie, bro. You better start putting some love on the Seattle Seahawks defense. I'm not gonna hold Tyreek Woolen. I love Tyreek Woolen, bro.
Devin Witherspoon is a defensive rookie of the year candidate. So
I have him in my rookie defensive rookie of the year candidate. I think he's played amazing considering what I thought he would. I didn't think he was going to be able to do a lot fluidly with that Seattle team, and he's exceeded my expectations by far. So
I always thought that kid was going to be really good. What I did not expect was for them to throw him in at nickel and be like, "Hey, you never played this before, but we need you to do it. So go ahead and do it." And because of this kid's skill set, not only did he survive, it might be his best spot. Like
more importantly, since the show's almost over, we actually already ran long. Can we give Fluent his props as the only person who doesn't watch baseball and still pick the Texas Rangers to win the World Series? And they just did.
Win.
congrats to the Texas Rangers on the World Series.
5-0. 5-0.
That's crazy. Wait, they swept them or some shit?
3-1, 4-1
games.
4-1.
Yeah.
4-1? That's crazy.
As long as it's not the cheating ass Astros, I'm good.
Yeah,
Hey, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Like the video, subscribe, man. We'll see you again on Monday, bro. And we'll see y'all soon. Enjoy some basketball, bro. Peace.